I woke up bathed in golden sunlight, my body feeling both familiar and brand new. My green skirt swayed lightly around my legs, the blue crop top snug against my chest, and my pink and purple hair spilled over my shoulders, catching every flicker of light like it was alive. My red high heels clicked softly on the polished floor, and my gold bangles jingled as if announcing my arrival to the world. I smiled faintly. Everything felt different. But in the way that matters most, I remembered. I remembered Victor, my husband, the man I had loved, trusted, and ultimately who had betrayed me. I remembered every stolen kiss with Isabel, every lie, every night of heartbreak I had endured. And now, I was reborn. Not just alive again, but sharp, awake, and prepared. The first thing I did was study him. He had not changed. Arrogance was carved into him like a permanent mark. The way he laughed at others, the way he assumed the world bent to his whims, it was all the same. But I was different. I moved with intention. Every sway of my skirt, every jingle of my bangles, every glint of my rings was measured. Every smile I gave hid a mind plotting vengeance. The first encounter was subtle. He did not suspect a thing. I walked past him in the kitchen as he brewed his morning coffee. He looked up and his eyes softened, expecting me to be the same Selena who had once trusted blindly. "Morning, Selena," he said smoothly, the arrogance in his tone brushing me like a familiar coat. "Morning," I replied, my voice calm, measured, almost sweet. "You look rested." He chuckled, and I felt that tiny spark of satisfaction. He still believed he controlled the room, the world, even me. I let him. For now. For weeks I observed. I watched every subtle movement, every whispered conversation. Isabel still had her hold on him, and every rendezvous, every secretive glance he threw her way. I noted and filed in my memory. I knew exactly how he moved, how he planned, how he lied, and I let it simmer, letting his arrogance blind him further. At a dinner party one evening, I made my first calculated move. My heels clicked confidently across the room, green skirt swaying, hair shining, bangles catching the candlelight. Victor introduced me with his usual pride, expecting admiration. But I had planted subtle words in the ears of several guests earlier, small hints that he was not the perfect man everyone assumed. I let it unfold. People exchanged looks, curiosity shifting into suspicion. Victor noticed the change in the air but couldn't place it. His charm faltered slightly, the first crack in the armor. I smiled to myself. Later, I confronted him privately. "You feel it too, don't you?" I asked softly, leaning just enough to catch his attention. The shift, his frown deepened. "I don't know what you mean," he said, but his voice trembled slightly. "Oh, I think you do," I whispered. "All your secrets, everyone knows more than you think." Isabel noticed too. She came to me one afternoon, eyes blazing, voice low and urgent. What are you doing?" she demanded. I let my smile be calm, almost innocent. "Isabel, it's nothing personal. I just want him to see the truth." Her hands trembled. "You can't. He's mine." I leaned closer, letting the sound of my bangles punctuate my words. "Victor was never yours. He never belonged to anyone but himself, and now he belongs to consequences." Isabel shrank back, realizing her power was limited. Victor's arrogance, which had once made him untouchable, now had a hole big enough for all of us to watch him fall. Every encounter with Victor after that became a game. He would try manipulate, charm, cajole. I countered quietly, letting small truths slip into conversations with his friends, letting colleagues see subtle lies he could not explain away. He began to falter. Social invitations disappeared. People who once admired him began to notice his arrogance, his cruel habits, his betrayals. I remember one night, sitting across from him in our living room, hair glowing under the chandelier, green skirt swaying, heels glinting, bangles singing softly with every subtle gesture. "Victor," I said softly, "don't you find it strange how quickly admiration can turn to contempt?" He blinked, confusion flashing in his eyes. "What are you talking about?" "The truth," I said simply. "The truth has a way of catching up, and you've been running from it for far too long." His jaw tightened, the arrogance faltered, and for the first time, I saw him fear. The final phase came gradually. Friends and colleagues who once praised him now questioned him, doubted him, even laughed behind closed doors at his expense. Every lie, every betrayal I had remembered from my previous life, every secret I had collected became ammunition. Victor was alone, isolated, powerless. And when he finally confronted me, tears in his eyes, broken, his voice trembling, "No one is perfect for me. No one is perfect," he whispered. I stepped closer, heels clicking like judgment. My hair caught the light, pink and purple strands glimmering, gold rings and bangles chimed with each step. "And yet," I said softly, voice calm, unstoppable, "I am perfect for myself, and that is enough." Victor collapsed into silence, defeated, isolated, and humiliated. Isabel shrank away, powerless, realizing she had been a pawn in my carefully orchestrated game. Everyone who once obeyed him, admired him, feared him, turned away. He was alone. I walked away that night, heels clicking, hair glowing, skirt swaying. I was Selena, reborn, triumphant, unstoppable. And as I stepped into the night, I thought, okay, everyone, you've seen it. You've witnessed betrayal, rebirth, revenge, and triumph. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.